Good afternoon. Today we are talking about a crucial issue that impacts every one of us who dines out. In India, majority of the eateries and street food stalls, including small eateries, medium-sized eateries, and the eateries which are below a star range, are popular dining spots. But did you know that the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, or FSSAI, estimates that unsafe food leads to 600 million infections, that is to say 60 crore infections and 4 lakh deaths each year. That's huge, isn't it? So what's going on behind the scenes, and what are the real risks of eating out in below star grade restaurants and hotels in India? Let's dig into it. The problem is health risks of unhygienic practices prevailing in the below star grade hotels in India. Food safety is not about clean food, it's about our lives. Contaminated food can lead to severe health problems, from stomach infections to life-threatening illnesses. Vulnerable groups like children, elderly people, and those with weak immune systems are at even higher risk. But why is food safety such an issue in India, particularly in small and medium category eateries? Small and medium category hotels and eateries often struggle to maintain basic hygienic standards. Let's break down why. Unhygienic kitchens and food handlers. Many small eateries in India have kitchens that are poorly maintained, often with inadequate water supply or ventilation. Cooks and food handlers might lack basic hygiene training and work without gloves or proper uniforms. As a result, bacteria and contaminants can easily find their way into the food. We also find dirty tables, wash basins, and facilities. If you look closely, you might notice that tables, wash basins, and dining areas are cleaned infrequently and without proper disinfectants. This is especially true in high traffic spots where dirt and germs accumulate quickly, making the environment risky for diners. Another important thing is lack of clean toilets and hand washing facilities. A lot of small and medium restaurants don't have adequate toilet facilities either for customers or for their own workers. Where toilets do exist, they are often unhygienic. Without proper washrooms, staff and customers struggle to maintain personal hygiene, which increases contamination risks in food preparation areas. Why profits don't lead to better conditions? Many of these small and medium category eateries in India make good profits, yet they often avoid investing in basic sanitation. Why? In many cases, maintaining cleanliness is seen as an unnecessary cost rather than an essential business practice. With weak regulatory enforcement, owners are not pressured to improve conditions, especially when demand stays high regardless of hygiene standards. This profit-driven culture often prioritizes low costs over safe practices. Let us also delve into the question of why these conditions persist. Limited enforcement and consumer awareness is also one of the main reasons. The FSSAI has set guidelines, but enforcement is inconsistent, especially for small and medium category eateries. Inspections can be rare or predictable, allowing establishments to bypass standards without facing significant consequences. Additionally, in some areas, customers may not be fully aware of their right to demand clean, safe food. When customers don't expect high hygienic standards, owners feel less compelled to invest in maintaining them. Friends, you also need to know the economic cost of unsafe food. The economic impact of unsafe food is enormous. Beyond healthcare costs and income loss, poor hygiene in the food sector discourages consumers, especially in high risk areas, from supporting local businesses. This could lead to a cycle where eateries cut more corners to make up for lower sales, worsening conditions over time. So, problems are there, but how we can make dining safer, particularly in the small and medium category eateries in India? Here are few solutions that I feel could make a real difference. 1. Strengthening regulatory inspections and penalties. Regular unannounced inspections and stricter fines are essential. The FSSAI and local health authorities should work together to ensure that eateries adhere to hygiene standards. If small eateries knows that fines or temporary shutdowns are real possibilities, they are more likely to improve the conditions. Second most important thing is training programs for food handlers and owners. Providing food safety training to food handlers and business owners can transform hygiene practices. Educating them on health impact of unsafe practices, proper food storage and cleanliness could create culture shift in the industry. Further, incentives for hygiene may also work proactively in keeping up the hygiene in these small and medium scale eateries. Offering tax benefits or subsidies for eateries that meet hygiene standards could make cleanliness a profitable choice rather than a cost. By making disinfectants, gloves, and other sanitation products more accessible, government programs can support better hygiene practices. Last but not the least, raising consumer awareness. As customers, we have a power to also exercise. Being more aware of hygiene standards and willing to ask for better conditions can create a strong incentive for eateries to maintain cleanliness. When consumers demand clean dining environments, eateries are more likely to step up. So, what we can all do? For one, prioritize eating at establishments known for cleanliness. Report any poor hygiene practices to local health and sanitary authorities. And don't be afraid to ask about hygiene standards, whether you are in a small hotel or a medium scale hotel or a street stall. Each time when we support places that prioritize cleanliness, we are encouraging safer practices in the food industry. Friends, in summary, food safety in small and medium scale eateries is a complex issue in India that affects our health, our economy, and our trust in the dining industry. By increasing inspections, supporting better training, incentivizing cleanliness, and raising consumer awareness, we can make a big impact. Remember, food safety is everyone's responsibility. Thank you for joining me today. Let's work together for safer, healthier dining options across India.